Tave Rising.
Ooh-wee!
Hi.
Yay. I don't know what time it is. It's mid-September in 2025. And we are on Lake Powell. It's so beautiful. We're so happy. Moving through continued layers of intensity. But it feels so good to have finally arrived here and be out in the wild. And right now we're under the stars. We had a beautiful day on the lake. And we have fun, hopefully valuable reflections. So it's Justine and I. And if we were going to title this, it would be Fish Boat.
Yeah.
Do we want to start right there?
Let's start with Fish Boat.
Okay.
Yeah, because it just sets
Give
the
it a
stage.
little context, though, yeah.
Sure. So this was a vision that came in on our recent cleanse that we did. And it was hilarious to watch. So I'll describe it for you, and then we can discuss it. And I think the translation would be pretty clear. But there's this kind of Japanese style, two-dimensional, drawn little boat. And in the boat are a bunch of fish. And in the vision, they're actually all upright, like two-leggeds. Very 2D. And the boat sinks, and the fish swim away. And that's it. Is that enough context?
No, I mean, that's just the vision.
That's the vision. Well, and what was so funny is during the experience, you're lucid. And I was watching this of like, oh, here we go, another random, weird, unconscious, dream thing. And as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, yeah, here we are, this fish, we're on this lake, and doo-doo-doo. And then, you're sort of have this narration, which we've described before. I have this narration. And it was like a minute, which felt like 10 hours later, after the boat sunk and the fish swim away, where I just had this, oh my God, that's genius. That's it. That's the situation that we're in. The boat is sinking, but we are a so we're going to swim. And yeah, that's the download.
It's so genius.
That's the download,
It's
everybody.
So genius. Did everyone follow that? I hope everyone followed it.
Fish boat. Fish in a boat. The boat
so
sinking. They all
simple.
swim away.
I mean, I think when Justine first shared that, and I was so entertained, immediately I saw it. We had also kind of shared this experience, right? But it's like, oh, the Matrix, right? The Matrix is the boat. And the Matrix designs itself around dependency. So it like the pattern, the blueprint of the Matrix is disable part of the organic architecture, replace it with a synthetic alternative, and then make people dependent on that synthetic alternative. And it's done that sequentially with every system it's invaded, and that's what it's attempting to do on Earth. And it's scary. I mean, because we're in it, and we're like, oh my God, these systems we rely on, like the economy is on the brink of failure, and like, is there enough oil for our energy or whatever the next thing, or like our life support systems, the microbiology's dying. But when the Matrix goes down, we're where we were always supposed to be. We're in our natural habitat.
We're going to be fish in the water.
Fish in the water, and we're going to be able to swim. And we actually know we're so much better at navigating. Like, so much better is a massive understatement. I mean, that's our native territory. Right now we're fish out of water.
Yeah, literally. We're fish stuck in a boat, and we're like, oh no, the boat's sinking. But that's, I think, where too, when Zane and I come out here And yes, the dam is synthetic human-made structure, but even today we were talking about how wild Glen Canyon is. And just in terms of even Park Service management, I mean, it's like free out here. And of course, you're not meant to cause a ruckus and trash the place. But guess what? People do that too. And being out here reminds us and reconnects us with those organic systems. And it's so funny because we're literally on a boat out here, and even that creates, it creates shelter when it's storming, which is terrifying, and it's nice to have a little shelter. And then it creates this interplay between us and the place, and yet so much is stripped away when we're out here and we don't have cell service all the time and we don't have the usual systems that we're used to, and clarity just comes in. And we've talked about in many other episodes, of our like 15 total episodes, that this place has brought in so much inspiration for us in our lives. And that is the reminder that we are a species that does belong on the planet, and we are meant to interact with her systems and co-create systems that help us all to thrive. And at the same time, what we're seeing right now with that particular moment of the boat sinking, shit is falling apart. And it's falling apart on a very personal level. And I think part of what we wanted to share this evening, and Zane may jump back to if there are things in what I said that he wants to clarify, but we do not know anyone that is saying, I'm good, my body's fine, I feel good, I'm at the pinnacle of health, all my relationships are super loving and positive, and I'm just thriving. And this is the moment where the boat is sinking. And it's so important for us to support each other and remind each other that we are fish and we're entering the water, and it's actually going to be an incredible transformation. And yet the mastery that's occurring is helping us remember how to breathe underwater, for example, or just recognizing who we are. And so this moment of intensity, at least in our circles, is actually very personal. And of course, it's reflected on the global scene that is falling apart. And yet, at least again, in our framework, it seems that a lot of people are focusing on what's going on in their personal life right now because, of course, it's all connected and the individual threads are unweaving right now. And it's a tender moment.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, I was thinking today, this idea that's been spread around, of how humans shouldn't be on Earth. And if we just got humans off of Earth, all of our problems would go away. And I guess there's some truth to that. Like if we wanted to really quickly reset Earth as a system in a material sense, like, there's pollution and overpopulation, whatever, you could just wipe out all of the humans and that would momentarily reset it. But unfortunately, that doesn't take down the matrix. And the matrix is what is essentially killing Earth, if you will. I mean, that's not, we're on the other side. We're so close to being on the other side. But, there's really, like, that's happened. The cataclysm cycle is actually an AI cycle. And so we've had so many mass extinction events on Earth and humans getting wiped out. And then guess what happens? A new corrupted civilization grows. And then, of course, it's the humans' fault again, every time, right? But what we have to remember is that we all came here. We chose to incarnate in a human body because humans are the carriers of the matrix and we're targeted by the matrix. And we're here taking it apart. And it's funny to feel reliant and dependent on something that you're taking apart. That is admittedly an honest and honestly an awkward position to be in. And it's real, and it's why this whole thing is an incredible work of finesse and coordination on the part of so many interdimensional, intergalactic beings. The greatest cooperation perhaps our universe has ever seen. The process of liberating Earth. And, to be a part of that, for one, it's like, wow, we are all so valuable and cherished. And for two, it's really hard. Like in daily waking life, I don't know. I mean, this year has been so uncomfortable for me. And I don't know that I've ever experienced the intensity of looping that I have this year. I think we were going to record a looping podcast. We never did, but I think everyone knows what I mean when I say when you have these mental circuits and repeating thoughts, and sometimes they keep you up at night, or sometimes they start first thing in the morning. Sometimes they run all day and all night. That is a signature of synthetic architecture, parasitic architecture. And I think in this year, when a lot of us are facing different stressors or different challenges in our lives, that circuitry tends to get massively engaged and activated. And what have we found that breaks it? It's cleaning out your body. It's taking medicine, and it's going outside. Going outside is so important because the matrix is not here in the same way. And just, I'm like, this is the most normal I've felt in so long, and all I did was go outside all day. And it was a beautiful day, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and I just want to pick that up briefly, because I feel the same way, of course. And what I was sharing with a friend today is that us taking space to cultivate our joy and restore our energy is not escaping or running away from the situations. It's actually having a direct impact that is far greater than getting stuck in our looping mental body and then doing a bunch of actions that are connected to a looping architecture. And what we found with our personal situations that we're dealing with is when we disengage and spend time, particularly for us, which really for all life forms on this planet is connecting with the planet and the organic systems and being outside. And the lift that it brings and the joy that it brings has such a relevant impact. And then it reinforces itself because we see, wow, we, instead of sitting there on a computer and writing a motion to whatever for our court case, went outside and played, and then we come back and there's been a bunch of movement energetically, or maybe we have clarity on what exactly we're supposed to do. And our culture is so defined on action and proving ourselves through action that
I wonder why.
It keeps us from doing this. And people also then say like, oh, you're running away or you're disengaging. And, for our healing practice, we find the most impact happens, the most movement, the most support when we sit and meditate and work on the person energetically. And that is such a huge impact with the relationships, with situations. It just really, and when it comes from a place of fulfillment and joy because you've done what you want to do with your time, then it's not feeding that looping mechanism, and you're riding above the situation rather than being the fish stuck in the boat. Oh no, it's sinking.
It's
This
sinking.
is horrible.
There's a lot of fish freaking out.
There's
right
a
now,
lot of
trying
fish
to bail
freaking
the water
out.
out of the sinking
Yeah,
boat.
exactly. Trying to keep the boat together when really all it's doing is separating us from our true form and our true connection with organic creation. Over to you,
Over to me.
if you want.
Oh man, there's so many things. First, I just want to share really quickly. I've had visions one way that the Matrix could fall is literally, and I think I've shared this before, literally everybody wakes up one morning and they actually hear the birds singing, and they step outside and they take a big sip of air, and it tastes really good and it feels good. They feel their whole body and they're like, ah, wow. And they look up and the sky is beautiful and the clouds are beautiful and the sun's shining them, and they feel the sun on their skin. And that's it. It's just gone. Like, wow, what happened? I feel so good. I mean, that's what it amounts to. I mean, we're talking about massive amounts of frequency modulation, this hijacked, falsified dream dissolving and resolving into a blissful experience, our harmonious pattern, something that we've always known, like arriving home, arriving, it's our reconnection with the Godhead, so it truly is arriving home. What if we all projected that out into the future every day instead of fear of all of the things that we're slipping away as these old systems fall? I think that would be a really good starting point, and I think that's one of the lessons Justine and I are learning right now. Everything that she was just talking about, I mean, these loops, they're hijacking our reality stream, and they're trying to make their inverted reality stream our reality stream. And the first step is to observe when that starts to happen. And this medicine, of course, is amazing at that. And the second step is to then act on that observation. And when you see that creeping into your life, do whatever you can, whatever toolkit you have, to go and reset it. And make sure that the energy you're projecting into the world on a daily basis is really you. It's the frequency you came here to share in this massive symphony of different star beings who are orchestrating this beautiful retrieval of our beloved planet Earth. So
Excellent.
let's all do that.
That's so good. I just want to put a little, this is totally an advertisement, it's so bad, but I would highly recommend a beautiful book called The Other Way to Listen, and it's by Bert Baylor and Peter Parnell, and it's an all ages book. And it talks about, it talks about going outside and listening and hearing all of life speak. And it's nothing that you can put to words, you couldn't write it down, but there is a music happening. And when we tune into that and feel into that, the boat is gone and we're swimming, because we are a part of organic creation. There is no part of organic creation in all of the cosmos that doesn't belong within its own creation. And the keystone of the matrix is to separate us from our creation so that then we feel uncomfortable when we're outside or in the wilderness, or we don't know how to navigate it, or we need all of this technology to interface with it. And there's barriers. And so the more we break down those barriers and step outside of that system, we can even still interact with that system as we have to, particularly in this deconstruction period. And yet it's coming from a completely different place that's outside of that system. And it's just very effective. It's a very effective way to hold your own energy while interacting with something that's really icky. And, we are not perfect. My nervous system last Tuesday during our hearing was a disaster. I did lots of breathing exercises for 15 minutes beforehand.
I feel like we always say, like, we're not perfect. I'm like, oh, does anyone think we're perfect? Like, probably not.
No, probably not. But I think it's valuable to share because we're all figuring this out together. And I think that's really like what, at least right now, this podcast is about, is sharing our experience so that our minute audience feels that connection of like, oh man, okay, yes, that's clarifying, or that's putting to words what I'm experiencing, or I have something similar.
Like, post in the
and
comments
that's the goal.
below if you're experiencing anything hard in your life, and like this video and subscribe.
Oh yeah, but it is. I mean, it is so. Oh, the boat is sinking, but I trust that vision. The fish are gonna swim, and it might be like minutes, which might be hours, which might be years later that we're like, oh, right.
I can swim.
Yeah, I can swim.
Really
this is so
swimming.
good.
Wow,
this is so good.
I like being in a boat.
I'm so happy to share that vision. I couldn't wait to share it weeks ago. Oh, man.
I know, it's
the simple
happened.
things. It's so good.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, we love you all.
Yeah,
and
we love you so much.
Stay afloat, or learn to swim, or do one of the two. I don't know. Yeah, it's we are.
Yeah, and we're learning. We're all learning. Just give yourself grace, and really cultivate that self-love program. Get it dialed in.
Isn't the Hopi fifth world? Isn't one of the analogies in it that there's a great river, and those who cling onto the bank will drown, and those who can flow with it
I'm getting
survive?
goosebumps, so it must be accurate.
I don't know where I've heard that.
I love that.
I think that's where we're at, folks.
That's where we're at. Yep, and there's some chunder in this river.
Chunder, meaning like whitewater.
Yeah,
rapids,
like whitewater nar.
But we're all going to get to the other side.
Yeah, we're going to get downstream. Yep.
Maybe not everyone will be on their body, but I think most of us will.
Yeah, but they're going to be creating like a really healthy body that they get to incarnate into during the Jubilee period. So, yeah, I mean, that's
Jubilee.
That's exciting.
We love you all. Good job.
Yay,
Keep it up.
good night.
More soon.
Bye-bye now.